Unity of Walnut Creek. I love that. Keep clapping. It's great to have you all here. Great to have everybody at home joining us or wherever you are watching online. Folks outside, give us a wave. Good to have you here. We have Lisa Cohen back. Yay. She's going to start us singing. Clap along.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out compassion, I'd hammer out peace, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, if I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out compassion, I'd ring out for peace, I'd ring out for love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out compassion, I'd sing out for peace, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, now I got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's the love song about love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, all over this land, all over this land, all over this world. Woo, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for singing along.
Hi, thank you, Lisa and Lisa, for opening our service. Yes, that's right, yes. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Bob Hardy.
And I am Diane Hardy. Welcome to our service. Please join us in turning to the camera and waving to the folks at home. Your presence at home adds to our spiritual community and our experience here, so thank you so much for joining us.
We're glad you're here with us on this first day of spring, the spring equinox this morning. I'm just really happy about the new change of seasons. And join me in welcoming again our guest musicians, Lisa Cohen, Melissa on piano, Dusty on bass, and Dan on drums. We got the band back together.
The band is back.
Thank you.
This morning we are pleased to welcome Reverend Sheila Ford. Reverend Sheila continues the Peaceful Mind, Peaceful World series with a message entitled Harnessing the Storm in Our Own Hearts.
That's right. Huh? Reverend Sheila leads the faith-based arm of the Connection Practice, formerly called Be Peace, and her alternative ministry, From Conflict to Connection in Unity. She previously served as minister at Unity of Stockton for 7.5 years.
Currently serving on the regional board of Unity's West Central region, Reverend Sheila entered seminary after 30 years as a psychology professor and counselor.
And Sheila also has some education. She's degrees from UC Davis, and her studies toward a PhD include transpersonal clinical counseling and Jungian psychoanalysis. Did I do that good? Please join me in welcoming Reverend Sheila to our service this morning.
Thank Thank you for being here. Before we begin, I invite you to turn your phones to silent as we enjoy this sacred service together. Let's take a moment to be grateful for this land that our center rests upon. This is Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and Yukots land.
We honor its ancestries and are grateful for those who came before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred grounds and Mother Earth.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
Our mission is who we have come here to be. Let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
Well, I want to welcome everyone. And if you are with us for the first time, and a special welcome to you, feel free to raise your hand so that we can acknowledge you and chase you down after the service. We're so glad to have everyone with us here today. Please visit our bookstore across the patio. Thanks to my magnificent husband, he figured out the electrical problem and turned the lights on, so it's warm and bright.
It's good to go.
Bathrooms are working, everything's on. But you can receive a welcome packet and a gift when you go back there. And if you need help receiving this, please let an usher know. They'll get one for you.
Yeah.
We hope you'll choose to stay and meet some of us after the service.
All right, and connection cards are available in the newcomer welcome packet and also in the seat pockets in front of you. Please feel free to use those. They're for everyone. With this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
You can submit a prayer request, request more information, or submit feedback. We love to hear from you in any fashion. But place your card in the basket with the offering when that time comes in the service. For those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of our Unity of Walnut Creek website.
That's right. When you're here today, of course, please consider comfort levels when greeting one another before and after services with namaste bows, elbow bumps, handshakes, whatever you're comfortable with. We welcome you to socialize on the patio with us after the service. Please visit our bookstore, as we were talking about, as well.
Our board is evaluating COVID policies as they change, and we just ask for your patience and your prayer support as they work through these evolving conditions. And we know that they are dedicated to providing you the safest possible place for us to keep our campus open for on-site classes and groups. At this time, the masks must be worn while we're inside and closer than 12 feet away from the nearest
Unless you're on the platform.
person, in case it looks a little bit, dichotomous there. But when you have your mask on, put them over your nose and below your chin. It is nice to see that people are less concerned because the threat of this, the conditions we've been under for the last couple of years seems to have been eased somewhat. And we just celebrate health and wellness and affirm that for us going forward.
Yeah, and for everyone, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, all right. We have some sweet news. Unity's youth are having a yum raiser with See's candy. If you haven't bought your See's candy yet, this is your chance. Visit our online See's store. You can place your orders, and the candy will be shipped directly to you.
I know, I just did it right before the service. It was super easy, and there's a lot of variety, and it looks really good. And so, after the service is over, jump online. It's real easy to do. See's Candy makes great gifts, and the sweetest part is that our youth program gets 50% of the proceeds from each item purchased. This is a really good return. Yeah. So the only, drawback is that the online store is only open through this Friday. So get in there, do it quickly, get it done. You'll be all set for Easter when it comes on around. That link is available under the events listing on the Unity of Walnut Creek website page.
You're very fresh with that.
I know.
I just watched you do it. All of our neighbors are going to be very happy here in about a week or so. I invite you to join me for a creative paint workshop that's next Sunday, the 27th, next Sunday afternoon. And if you have no art experience and wonder how to express without limitations, this is for you. All paints and supplies are provided. And I welcome you to come along. I know there are a few spots left open after the other day, but we'll see.
Yeah, this class fills up quickly. I can't recommend it enough. Bob doesn't, he's a little bit shy about, promoting the fact that this is not about art as much as it is transformational process. Yeah. And working through emotional, just, ease and grace and allowing your own inner creativity and inspiration to flow. So he's a great moderator for that.
She's my sales manager. Unity is hosting, thank you for that, by the way. Unity is hosting a Buddhist meditation retreat with Ernie Isaacs on Saturday, April the 2nd. It's from 10 to 1. During the retreat, you'll receive an experience how mindfulness cultivates a clear mind and an open heart.
The retreat will include instructions on insight meditation, quiet time to practice mindfulness, and talks about the Buddha's teachings. Join us to discover happiness according to the Buddha. The retreat is suitable for both beginning meditators and those with some experience. Please reserve your seat on our website today. Yes, that's a good question, and thank you for answering it, but it is here on site.
Is it here?
It says in the sanctuary on the sign.
Okay.
On the sign above us.
Sounds like fun. Our board invites you to our community gathering, which is here, on Sunday, April the 3rd at 1:30 in the sanctuary and also on Zoom. You're invited to bring a picnic lunch to eat on the lawn before the gathering.
Yeah, during the meeting, we'll share updates on our community's financial well-being, facilities, and strategic initiatives for the year. Join us to get informed and stay connected. Bring your questions, feedback, and ideas.
You see our website for a full listing of all of our events, in person or online. If you're not receiving our weekly e-news, use the connection card link on the Watch Live page and sign up.
You may also wish to activate your faith by joining us for Unity's noon meditation. We meet in person and on Zoom, Monday through Thursday at noon. Join us as we take a midday break from doing to practice being. It's a great way to connect with Spirit, practice mindfulness, and affirmatively pray for others on our Unity list and beyond. And let me just congratulate and celebrate the fact that our congregation has the technology to both meet in person and remotely so that we can connect with our community in whatever way is feasible for us. So thank you to everyone who makes that possible.
Yes, thank you. As we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath to just be here in this moment and affirming our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And we begin with music followed by a guided meditation. Terry is going to do a reading for us first. Let's welcome Terry. Just out of your way here.
Good morning. My name is Terry Cohen, and I'll be reading the community prayer. So this is an excerpt from the work that brings peace in me by Costa Nerde Isdabai. That's a hard name. So I often see planes carrying food, clothes, and medicine to people who are victims of civil war in Africa, my continent. It is so good to bring such help. However, it would be much better if the United Nations would have people like Byron Katie, Eckhart Tolle, Lynn Chris, and others on board. Individuals who can assist people in crisis to live the present and love what is through the spiritual teaching. Feeding body is good, but if our minds are much more attached to what we lost because of the war and our relatives who were killed, we will need people who can help us think much more about our inner peace. And so it is.
Let there be peace in my mind. Let there be peace in the earth. Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace inside my mind, God, and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God, and only God I live to see. Peace inside my mind, God, and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God, and only God I live to see. Oh, Shanti, oh, Shanti, oh, Shanti. Oh, Shanti, oh, Shanti, oh, Shanti, Shanti, oh, oh, Shanti, oh. When there is peace in my mind, there will be peace in the earth.
Some of you may feel comfortable closing your eyes for this meditation practice, and others of you may just want to direct your gaze slightly in front of the knees or the feet, and just maintain a soft gaze and a connection with your surroundings. Settling in now, let's just take a collective set of 3 deep breaths together. Breathing to that sacred relationship between the body and the breath. And with each breath, the rising and falling of the chest. You may find yourself feeling a little bit more connected to the place where your body meets the earth. And if it feels comfortable and compassionate, you may also want to place one hand on your heart, the center where your love and feeling of interconnection emanates from. And then perhaps place the other hand on the belly with the seat of your intuitive mind. Just feeling into the powerful connection between those 2 places and spaces inside of our being. Continuing to direct your awareness back to the breath. I invite you to bring the attention to the belly. And if the belly is being held tight right now, see if you can release it and allow those muscles to relax into a state of vulnerability and tenderness. And if your hand is over your heart right now, perhaps you're feeling the beats of the heart reverberating like a drum in your chest, the sacred drum of life. I invite you to scan your interior. Find the places of tension, contraction, or even physical pain. And each time you find a place, breathe and offer it tenderness. We are orienting toward tenderness in the quiet as you slowly scan your body from head to toe for places of tension or pain. Experience body sensations. Breathe into them one by one. We are breathing in and cascading tenderness across the body, enveloping in ourselves in a cloud, in the very light of tenderness. Because we each know we deserve this tenderness. Remembering to breathe and further settle into yourself and the space you are in. Notice your interior world, the tensions and pain, emotional and physical. What What sorts of places or people do you gravitate toward yourself naturally around this word, tenderness? How can we be in this practice of softening our hearts, noticing any places of tightness or contraction, places where the body has maybe prepared itself to be protected? And can we, in this moment of community, give an offering of tenderness to those places in the body that are experiencing toughness or hardness in the silence? Slowly starting to orient around the room, noticing, turning the head and the neck, looking in front of you and to the side of you, and if you're acrobatic, maybe behind you, inviting a little bit of gentle movement into the body. You're arriving in this new moment of embodiment. And so much gratitude to everyone who has shared in this space. We let it be, and so it is.
Let there be peace in the earth. there be peace in my mind. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, when there is peace in my mind, there will be peace in the earth. The song we're going to do next is a Drucker song named Stand. And I'm asking Lisa to do the response when I sing, so let there is peace. We proclaim, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. If you feel so emboldened, stand up. Because I know that if you don't stand for something, you either stand for nothing or everything. And this church is a prayer of practice and action. So here we go. For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. But then I finally realized that I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking I could change my life, and that's how I could change the world. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace.
I am a stand for peace.
Let there be love.
I am a stand for love.
Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love.
I am a stand for love.
Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy.
I am a stand for joy.
We are making a new Let there be love.
I am a stand for love.
Let there be joy.
I am a stand for joy.
We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Love.
I am a stand for love.
I'm gonna stand up for joy.
I am a stand for joy.
We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. We are making a stand, are we not today? Woo, thank you. Hi, my name is Sheila Johnson Ford. I got married in October. How soon I forget. Sorry, my love. I am not a stranger to this community. I even recognize some of your faces. Yeah. But the times I've been here in the past have not been to be up here, but to be a part of Heart Math. I know you're a Heart Math community. You have Reverend David MacArthur, who's the guru, and with Be Peace, which is now called Connection Practice. And I was even part of the crew that came in and helped you come up with your missions, values, all that. Yeah. So I feel like I'm home. So it's so great to be here with such a beautiful community. Thank you for inviting me. Okay. So I have a question for you. Bring it, he says. Oh. Would you like to see more peace? Trick question, huh? More peace in the world? For sure. More peace in our nation? More peace in your families, maybe? Sometimes that can be a bugaboo too, huh? In your friends? More peace within your own heart and soul. How about that? Do you ever feel a disconnect from out there in the world? All that stuff that's going on, it's like, no, I'm not part of that. I mean, I just feel like I'm sort of observing it, but it's not part of my little circle. I'm just walking through, half asleep, just surviving, separated from the world. Do you ever feel that way, or is it just me? Thank you. Do you ever feel separated from other people? It's like, go away, you people that are doing all that stuff that I think you shouldn't be doing. Just can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand. Separated from other people. You ever feel separated or disconnected from your own heart? That's the part for me that hurts. So some of you feel that too. Good to know I'm not alone. So let's show the first slide, please. So back in the Revealing Word, Charles Fillmore, one of our co-founders, said this: a peacemaker is one who has the ability to say peace to the turbulent waves of thought, who reduces peace to all the thoughts of strife, anger, reduces to peace all the thoughts of strife, anger, and retaliation in his or her own mind. Wow. You mean I can't call myself a peacemaker if I haven't done that? if I haven't reduced all those thoughts of anger and turmoil to peace within my own heart and mind, wow, sometimes I am a peacemaker and sometimes maybe not so much. Yeah, I don't like that. I want to be a peacemaker all the time. So it's easy to say peace in the world starts here inside us first, right? You all know that. I'm talking to the choir. You're Unity types. You know it starts here inside ourselves first before we can expect to see it out in the world. Sometimes that's hard to hang on to, but we know that. And it's easy to say that, but it's not always easy to do, is it? So sometimes, in Unity, we're a practical spiritual community movement in that we have practical tools that we give people to use with which to live a better life. Practical tools like our 5 principles and our 12 powers and prayer and meditation and a whole host of practical tools that we give you to use to take responsibility for having a better life. But sometimes those spiritual practices and tools just seem to be not enough. What? We want more? It just seems like they sometimes fall short in providing the relief that we so yearn for. Do any of you yearn for the relief in your heart? Yeah. Yet we still experience the stress of the news bombarding us, interfering, assaulting our peaceful calm. Yeah. The Buddhists have a story about a pot of soup boiling. And if it's boiling on the fire, we can slow down that boil by stirring it, can we not? But it's still not going to stop boiling until we take it off the fire. So until we take care of the fire in here, we can see some progress in seeing peace out there in the world, but it's not going to stop being tumultuous and boiling until we first go here. And so I know that intellectually, but having it come to my heart, that story really helped me to see, yeah, definitely. And then when I bring peace in here, when I have anger feelings and I can reduce them to the peace in here, then I can radiate peace out into the world one by one. Yeah. Next slide, please. Charles Fillmore, one of our co-founders. This was written in the Daily Word in 1955, and I don't know when he wrote it, but I'm sure it was long before 1955. But he says, we pray for and decree a permanent world peace, uniting all the nations of the earth in a league of justice and righteousness in which the life, liberty, and love of God shall be paramount. We are thinking our world is topsy-turvy, tumultuous nowadays, but they thought their world was that way back then. But it's worse now, right? Yeah, I know it is, right? Okay, so let's talk about then how do we ease our distress? How do we go into our heart and bring peace in tumultuous times when it's not so easy? So there's lots of things you can do, but today I'd like to bring up emphasize 4 things. So can we show I know you read this poem at your peace rally last week, but I'd like to show something about the actual writer of the poem. Reciting it in the way that he does is really a moving experience. So let's take a look.
I can't make the world be peaceful. I can't stall tanks from roaring down streets. I can't prevent children from having to hide in bunkers. I can't convince the news to stop treating war like it's a video game. I can't silence the sound of bombs tearing neighborhoods apart. I can't transform a guided missile into a bouquet of flowers, and I can't make a warmonger have an ounce of empathy. I can't convince ambassadors to quit playing truth or dare. I can't deflect a sniper's bullet from turning a wife into a widow, and I can't stave off a country from being reduced to ash and to rubble. I can't do any of that. The only thing I can do is to love the next person I encounter without any strings or conditions, to love my neighbor so fearlessly that it causes a ripple that stretches from one horizon to the next. I can't force peace upon the world, but I can become a force of peace in the world. Because sometimes all it takes is a candle, a single candle lit in the darkness to start a movement. Lord, make me a candle of comfort in this world. Let me burn with peace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Enough to bring tears to your eyes, huh? Yes, that's one thing we can do. We can be the candles. We can burn peace from one border to the next. And we shall do that, shan't we? I know, yes, we'll be the candles. Next slide, please. You may have seen this before. Before directing the lightning in the sky, we must first harness the storms in our own hearts. You seen this before, some of you? A few of you have, yes, being the community that you are. So this is from the Costa Rican poem Resur, also known as the Week of Splendor. And you know the story of Resur. The actual poem is 185 pages. But I'd like to try to summarize it for you here today as best I can. I got this! So one day in a small village called Kisur in the Costa Rican mountains, a young god of youth arrived in town. And a funny thing, or a strange thing happened. The children disappeared. Resur had took them into the mountain. And their parents were really worried, rightfully so, right? So they were calling out to their children. And when they would get to this certain place that was close to the mountain, it was like there was this magical barrier that would not let them past it. But they could hear their children inside the mountain chanting, Resur, 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 and laughing and giggling. So they knew their children were not in any harm, but still, they were concerned. So in the evening, the children came out of the mountain and back to their parents, and they were telling their parents all the stuff they had learned from Resur, and they were just so lighthearted and happy and just giggling, and the parents went, wow, and they really liked what they were hearing, and they were moved, and they became more lighthearted and happy. And then the next day, the children went back into the mountain, and at the end of the day came out and shared again with their parents and their siblings and their friends. And after a few days of that, there was change in the whole culture of the community. They would walk down the streets, dance down the streets, arm in arm, singing and dancing and picking dandelions and creating amazing works of art. Tapestry, weaving, basket weaving, painting, just creativity was on the rise, and everybody was so lighthearted. And this was all good. And one day, Resur said to the children, now it's time for me to go on to the next set of children. And they said, oh, Resur, don't go, don't go. And he said, anytime you miss me, you just listen to your heart, and I'm right there. Right there. And we can do that too. We can listen to our heart. So, Rita Marie Johnson? Yeah, a lot of you do. I took my B-Peace training from her, no, not from her, from Sandy and Rick Stover in 2012, right here. And I've since grown to, now I'm working in my ministry with Rita Marie, who's now in Costa Rica. I'm considering moving there to her resort property there, which she calls Kizur. And she's always wanted to help the children. That's her passion, so that they can learn other ways of resolving conflicts so that they don't have to grow up using violence and knives and guns and fists to get their needs met. So that's what we're working on. So would you show the next slide, please? So Rita Marie says, we can totally solve global problems by taking them to that deeper place where there is only connection and knowing. Laser-like in getting to the roots of our ills. Wow, that's a powerful statement. So what would be that place of deeper connection? We know deep in our hearts is a sacred, secret place where each of us can go that's safe. No one else can enter there, where we as individuals, as human beings, can commune with God, divine spirit, higher self, creator, source, whatever you call it. We each can go there where there's only connection. And Unity teaches that there is a center, and that's the center we're talking about, that where there is only absolute peace. The essence of peace itself, right here inside, just waiting for us to access any time. Isn't that a relief to know that we can do that? So I said 4 things. So first 2 are connected. There's prayer and meditation. Do you know how to pray? Prayer chaplains can't play this game. Sometimes I'm so busy doing that when I decide it's time to pray or it's time to meditate, and I sit down, okay, it's time. And can't quiet my mind down. It just goes off and, oh, you forgot to do that, or oh, and it's, you know monkey mind, any of you? Yeah, monkey mind. And I have to really work at quieting my mind so that I can meditate and so that I can pray. And on Saturday nights before, I like to pray every night, but I really like to pray at the night before a talk, because I work, never could get it perfect enough. And then I say, just got to let it go and pray Saturday night and let Spirit, the juices flow or whatever, and just pray for guidance during the night. So I put away the dishes and I feed the cats and I run upstairs and I get in bed. Okay, time to pray. Blank. Of all the times I've prayed, I can't think what to say or where to pray from. I mean, really? So then I just know that I just have to quiet my mind, get into coherence, and quiet my mind. And then sometimes I have to just start small. I just think, okay, get into gratitude or appreciation. I can't think of anything right now. You ever go there? Oh, this bed. I love this bed. Or the clean sheets, or I look up in the shadow of the weeping willow in through the moonlight on the wall, and then I'm off and running. So sometimes we just have to break it down. That's one thing we can do. And of course, we know the breathing. A lot of you have probably taken meditation classes about how to meditate, how to quiet yourself. So those are some things we do. So I just think if we're going to have world peace and peace within our hearts, we need to learn to pray. Or better said, how to quiet our minds so that we can pray and meditate. And then what we experience inside our hearts is so peaceful that then we can emanate it out to the next person and the next person and the next person, one by one. So I want to ask you this too. How many of you have a prayer practice that's not just during wanting world peace or not during crisis, but is a rich, consistent, rewarding prayer or meditation practice? Wow. Okay, and if not, that's okay too. So no matter where we are on our journey, we can work to enrich our prayer experience and our prayer practice and our meditation practice even more. And we have the tools to do that here. We know what we need to do. So when we're disconnected, though, we're not listening inside, we're not able to get quiet, to be still, disconnect in the world. So some people say, prayer's not enough, meditation's not enough. We can woo-woo all day long, and if we don't take action, nothing's going to get done out there in the world. And I get that. Action is our fifth unity principle. But before we can do that in a meaningful, tender sort of way, we need to first get peace in here. Then we're ready to take action that's done in a very constructive and loving and compassionate way. So we're divinely made. We're designed to be connected with ourselves and with spirit, with divine spirit, even when we feel separated. Do you ever feel disconnected from God or source or higher self or whatever you call it? Do you ever feel that? Do you ever get angry? Go, what? Help me understand here. Yeah. Then we got to turn in. We got to learn how to be quiet and pray. We're not always good at listening, though, are we? Yeah. So we all know Myrtle Fillmore's story, one of our other co-founders, Charles and Myrtle. And who are in Unity have heard her story of healing when she had tuberculosis, and she went on. She did prayer to each of the organs in the cells and everything in her body, and asked for their forgiveness that she had not taken better care of them, and that she had abused them. And daily she would pray to the cells and organs to heal from the tuberculosis. And this went on a couple of years before she saw any results. It took longer than she expected, and she said at one point, I'm doing my prayer work and it's not working as quickly as I want it to, or as in the way that I want it to. What am I doing wrong? I've looked among my faults. What am I doing wrong? And Spirit said to Myrtle, you've looked among your faults. Now look among your virtues. She said, well, that was a strange thing. What does that mean? And then she realized she had always taken great pride in not letting her feelings show when she felt angry or sad or grieving. And she resolved to change that she resolved to catch those feelings before they ate at her organs and cells and cut at her organs and cells. She said, when I wasn't doing that, I wasn't feeling as poised and sweet on the inside as I appeared to the world outside. So she resolved to catch them before they took hold. And I like to use another analogy here. You know how when you're weeding, pulling weeds, when they're little, they're pretty easy to pull out of the ground, but when they get big and they have the root structure diving into the ground, they're harder to pull out. So we catch them when they're young, before they've had time to root. So we catch those thoughts soon and those feelings, and that's what she vowed to do, to catch them before they irritated and cut at her organs. And it worked. So that's the other part of the Myrtle story that sometimes we don't often hear, and it's in her book, How to Let God Help You. It's on page 183. Okay. So 4 things: meditation, prayer, being aware of our feelings and naming them. Oh, yeah. Ooh, don't deny it. Don't reject it. Just develop an awareness. Oh, well, look at that. I'm feeling angry. It's okay. Just let it pass on through. Don't have to do anything with it. Name it. Angry. Oh, okay. Just name it. Claim it. It's okay. It's okay. 4th thing is heart math. You know the procedure of developing coherence between the brain and the heart. And when we do that, we think more clearly, our day goes better, we're more creative, everything all the way around. Physically, we're better off. And so there's a process for developing coherence between the heart and the brain in heart math that many of you know by heart. And that is, we focus on the heart. We breathe through the heart as if we could. And then we go to that which is easy for us to appreciate. I use a little kitten that romps up and down the stairs and up the inside of the blinds and playful. And every time I think of that kitten, I get a smile on my face and in my heart. So that's easy for me. So heart focus, heart breathing, then heart appreciation. And then I feel the appreciation. So then when I feel like I'm in coherence, there's another heart math technique that goes a step further, and that's called heart-brain insight. And that's when you get in coherence, then you ask your heart, what do I need to know about this? And I do this so often that all I have to do is put my hand on my heart, and my heart knows I'm going to ask. And the answers are always positive, non-judgmental. They're always quick, simple. When I'm making such a big complexity of it in my brain, when I ask my heart, it's like, well, of course. Oh, what relief. We can always do this. And to me, since I'm in a spiritual center, I can say this. To me, that's answered prayer. You get your answers right away. So, heart, what do I need to know about what's going on in the world right now? Asking yourself that. So that's a tool that's really powerful that you can use. So now we have 4 more tools that we can use to build peace in here. So next slide, please. Before directing the lightning in the sky, we must first harness the storms in our own hearts. Shall we say our affirmation together? Next slide. I am a peaceful soul on a powerful journey.
Thank you. That was a lovely message for today. It got rich in the 4 practical steps, which I appreciated, but like an onion, sort of bigger on the inside. And so step 4 was the biggest answer of all. And thank you very much for reminding us about the process that Heart Math brings to us. It's so practical in getting to a space where we can be at peace. Yeah, thank you.
Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. Our prayer chaplains wear the lavender stoles. Over here, we have Susan over here. Thank you for being here today and supporting the service.
That's step 1 in the 4-step process, people. Sign up now. Whether you have a joy or concern in your heart today, praying with a prayer chaplain is a powerful way to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Now's the time to lift up our hearts into the practice of giving, and I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
Indeed it is, and there are a variety of ways you can give to this community. You can just do it the old-fashioned way by sending a check or providing cash during the offering, or send it to Unity. The address is on your screen there. You can go to the website and click on the Give link. You can arrange for online bill paying through your financial institution, or you can download the Give app on your phone and enroll to access an online payment application there.
Or you just go to the Watch Live page.
Oh, you can go to the Watch Live page.
Watch Live page.
You can click on the Donate button. Sometimes you have to hit it twice.
I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand, your thoughts, your good feelings, and repeat our affirmation with me together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. So it is.
I want to let you know that after the service, Lisa invites you to come talk with her outside at the table, and she's got CDs, and she loves to say hello to people, right?
I do.
Yeah.
These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess? Love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive? Love, are you ready? Joy, are you ready? Peace, are you ready? Are you ready to receive? These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Talking about gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive. Love, love, are you ready?
I am ready.
Joy,
Joy.
are you ready? Peace, are you ready?
I am ready.
I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Talking about gifts of the goddess, I'm ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive. Compassion,
I'm ready. I'm ready to receive. All right. You would you like to bless the offering? Okay.
For offering.
As we bless this offering, we bless the giver and the gift, that may go forth and multiply and increase the good in our lives and the lives of those we touch. Let's say our affirmation together. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. And so it is. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome our kids up.
Let's open. Come on up.
We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. Light in you and the light in me are one. We are a circle of love. We are a circle of love. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are
Good morning, everyone. Happy spring. Good morning. Okay, so we have Ilsa is taken off there and Annika today. We have Julia and Megan and Allie and Lily and Rachel and Camille and Spin and Karyl, and I'm Michelle. So we're working on our community garden in the back today, and we thank Allie so much for donating all these amazing little plants and for her planting them with Rachel's help while Karyl and I herded cats and the kids caught lizards. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it feels like spring out there. So if you get a chance to adventure back to the end of the property and check out the community garden, the kids have blessed it so that you feel connection and happiness when you're back there. And we had some leftover plants, and so there's a table on the patio if you want some plants for your garden, some pumpkins or peas. Come grab some, and we'd appreciate a love donation if you're able. So there's just a little bit left over, so we thought we'd share our abundance with you all. Thank you. Happy Sunday.
Children and teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
All right. Thank you all so much. Let's join me in saying the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And now our peace song. Let's share our peace song together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God ever present, family on
right now.
So let your light shine,
Have
fun, and spread joy.
All right.